Bro, finally! It was just announced yesterday that there will be a Nintendo Direct airing on Friday, September 12th at 9 AM Eastern Time. And I can't fucking wait, bro. The last time we received a major Direct was back in April. So it's safe to say we were pretty overdue for another one. There have already been several discussions and prediction videos floating around from other creators, as there usually are. But this video you're watching right now is not really a prediction or a wishlist video. At least not entirely. These things I'm about to talk about, I am fairly certain they are going to show up in this Direct. In fact, I think there is some somewhat solid evidence of 3 new games getting announced at this Direct that is from Nintendo themselves. But before we get into that, let's talk about Mario's 40th anniversary. I've already made a video going over the games I think could be announced for the occasion, so I won't be going over the same material again, but we need to see something, right? There is a slim chance that this anniversary doesn't live up to expectations because this is Nintendo, and if there's one thing I know about this company, it's that they're very, very unpredictable. So not having any announcement for Mario's 40th anniversary would be pretty unfortunate, yes, but I can't say I would be surprised. With that being said, no, they're definitely going to reveal something for Mario's 40th anniversary in the next Direct, and here's why I think that. This Direct is going to be a full 60 minutes long, making it the longest normal Direct in recent times. The only one that hit that length was the Nintendo Switch 2 Focus Direct, but that was obviously because they were announcing games alongside detailing their new console. Unless there's some new hardware thing they're revealing, then this Direct will be fully focused on Switch and Switch 2 games. And while it is possible that this will simply be a very long normal Direct, I don't think that's the case. I think that a third of this runtime will be taken by a dedicated Mario 40th anniversary segment. They've done segments like this in the past. Smash Ultimate and Mario Odyssey are the first ones that come to mind. The Mario 35th anniversary Direct that happened around 5 years ago announced all sorts of things, and that was around 15 minutes in length. So if we assume that they're integrating a Mario 40th anniversary Direct into this bigger Direct, then that leaves around 45 minutes for everything else, which lines up pretty well with how long Directs usually are. So yes, I am pretty confident that this Direct will have some sort of Mario segment, where they announce a whole lot of stuff. But that's not all. You saw the thumbnail, you saw Mario Galaxy 2, you're probably thinking, what the f is that about? Nintendo has recently requested new trademarks for Mario Galaxy, Astral Chain, and Earthbound. Now, before I get too deep into this, I just want to state that this could mean nothing, and I don't want you to get your hopes up for anything related to these 3 games. But that Direct getting announced almost immediately after this information dropped, it does make me a little suspicious. With Mario Galaxy, I think it's pretty safe to assume that this could potentially be hinting at a Mario Galaxy 2 Switch/Switch 2 port, and that would be awesome. This would mean we would finally have a way to experience this game on modern hardware outside of emulation. Of course, they could also reissue 3D All-Stars with Mario Galaxy 2 included for that outrageous price of $80, which honestly, I wouldn't put it past them. But as I mentioned in my last video, I don't think Nintendo wants anything to do with Mario 3D All-Stars, especially considering that 2 of those 3 games are on or are getting added to the Switch Online game libraries. But I guess that does also leave the possibility of a Mario Galaxy collection with Super Mario Galaxy and Galaxy 2, which I would also be happy with. Alright, Earthbound. Okay, what do I say here? To be completely honest with you guys, I don't think Mother 3 is getting localized anytime soon. If they wanted to do it, I feel like it would have been done years ago. With that being said though, I would love seeing remakes of the Earthbound games, which could possibly include Mother 3, I guess. I have seen a couple of people bring up how they could pull a Square Enix and make Earthbound remakes in that weird HD 2D art style, which personally I'm not a huge fan of, but I wouldn't complain. With Astral Chain, I've honestly never played this game. I've heard great things and I like a few of Platinum's other games, but I just never had any interest in playing this one. I've seen the idea of a sequel being thrown around, and yeah, that could happen, but I do think this, if anything, would be hinting at a Switch 2 edition of the original game. That just makes the most sense to me, but feel free to disagree. But yeah, apart from that, the only other thing that I think is somewhat likely to appear is Metroid Prime 4, and you know what? F it. It's 100% getting its release date revealed. Like, it's time, bro. If that game is really still coming out this year, which I'm not gonna lie, lie, I'm getting a bit nervous about that. The release date absolutely has to be revealed at this direct, with maybe a December release date so it doesn't interfere with Kirby Air Riders. But yeah, those are kind of my thoughts going into this direct. Again, I don't want to get anyone's hopes up, especially about that trademark stuff, but for Mario, I think it's pretty damn likely, man. Come on. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this direct in the comments down below, and which game do you want to see the most? But that's all for me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.